Well, Anaheim 1 was a typical start to the season, that's for sure. Drama, injuries, surprises, everything you might see on a night at Angel Stadium, it happened. In this quick news video, I'm going to be giving you updates on riders that were injured or potentially injured this weekend. Now, I'm sure it's not all of them because quite a few did crash. We didn't get updates from a few, so I'm just going to give you the ones that I know we have updates on. I'm going to begin this video off with a high note, taking a look at an update from Monster Energy Star Racing Yamaha rider Cooper Webb after a rough crash on this weekend's infamous hip jump. Now, luckily, he didn't sustain any injuries from this nasty crash, but I figured I'd add it in today's video anyway to let any of you guys know who didn't already that he was fine. Before I read Webb's update, let's first look at the crash from a couple of angles.
You feel another big move brewing here. Webb is down! Oh no! Over the bars! For Webb.
So he's trying to stay close to Jason so he can get there. And as you can see, the same thing happened to Nate. There's a big...
Today, Cooper Webb cleared the air, saying via a social media post, quote, "First one's done, heat win in P6 in the main after a trip to Indonesia, ready to go for 17. I'm glad to see Coop's all right after that one. I wasn't ready to see a title contender knocked out of the series already. Hopefully he can turn his luck around this upcoming weekend and be back up front like we expect him to be this year." Next up, we have yet another Star Racing Yamaha rider who also crashed on that exact hip jump. That is 250 West rider Nate Thrasher. Now, I thought for sure after seeing how he handled himself after the crash that he was out for the year with a broken shoulder or collarbone. Just the way he was holding his arm and his shoulder, it looked like he was babying it quite a bit. Obviously, the fact that Alpine Star's medical crew carted him off the track as well, I thought it was game over. Now, according to him and the team, he is fine. Before we get into his update, let's first take a look at his nasty crash. That one was even worse than what Cooper Webb had. Now, somehow he walked away injury-free, so that was good. Jensen Hendler, Monster Energy Star Racing Yamaha 250 team manager, spoke on Thrasher in a post-race press release saying, quote, "Nate had a solid ride and was third in his heat, but unfortunately he crashed in the main and did not finish. He's okay, though. We'll go back to work this week and come back stronger next weekend." Nate Thrasher himself also talked about his crash and how he's feeling, saying, quote, "It was a tough Anaheim one. We were just struggling a bit in practice, but I felt pretty good going into the night show. We finished third in the heat and got a decent start in the main, but unfortunately I crashed about halfway through the race. I hit a kicker on the hip jump and went down pretty hard. I'm feeling pretty sore, but we're all good for next weekend. It's not how we wanted to start the season, but that's racing. We'll come back stronger in San Francisco." I'm so glad to see the Thrasher's all right. I'm a huge fan of this guy, and I just want to see him finish out an entire season. After last year's performance against Hunter Lawrence whilst being injured throughout the year, he proved to us all that he's a top contender. He's just got to hold it together and stay on two wheels, so hopefully he can manage that the rest of the season. Next up, we have a crash that kind of flew under the radar. They didn't really show it on TV, and that is Mad Parts Kawasaki rider Freddie Noren. Unfortunately for Freddie, he landed on a tough block in the main after climbing into nearly the top 10 group, which is pretty impressive with how deep the field was. So, with that being said, he took a beating as he face-planted the ground after hitting the tough block. Unfortunately, I couldn't find the crash footage, but we do have a video update from Freddie himself. For the most part, he walked away fine, mostly just bruised and bloodied from that crash. He might have even sustained a sprained wrist, I believe, but overall he's fine. He got lucky, and hopefully he can come back this weekend strong and ready to continue the fight. Here's Freddie's update.
Hey guys, I want to give you guys a video update rather than just posting a photo on Instagram. A1 was obviously going really well. Put myself in the main event, which is always the goal, to be in there and battling with those guys. I was riding really well in the main. The first few laps, I put myself into 12th place, and then coming out of sand, smallest level on the track, got a little cross-butted, landed on the top block, and when you land on those suckers, you never know what really is going to happen. The bike kind of shot away from underneath of me, and I ended up just face planting the ground. As you can probably see, my face took a little bit of a beating. I was spitting some blood, mainly because of my lip. At first, I thought I bit my tongue, but nothing too bad. I did hit my right wrist a little bit as well. It started swelling up, so I got it x-rayed at the track. Fortunately, nothing is broken or anything like that, so that's really good. Things are feeling a little bit better today back home, and the goal right now is to rest up this week, get ready for San Francisco, and just pumped to be here racing. I'm thankful for the whole madparts.com, Galaxy Cloaking, MX for Christ, Kawasaki race team. They have given me a fantastic platform to perform on, and all the sponsors that we have. So super excited to build on that and keep racing. So I'll see you guys this weekend.
The final rider that was injured throughout the night was unfortunately a pretty bad one, and that is Lux Turner. If you remember seeing a red cross flag in the 250 main and a rider that was down for like 10 minutes, yep, that was Turner. Although I couldn't find any crash footage of him, he did give an update via socials, and it's not a good one. Lux took to social media saying, quote, well, rookie debut was a fun one until it wasn't. In the main event, I ended up having a crash that would result in me fracturing my left side of my hip and possibly fracture to my pelvis. I want to give a huge thank you to the whole team, AEO Power Sports, KTM Racing, for giving me the opportunity to race for them. I'm pretty bummed, but this is part of the sport and stuff happens. I'll learn from this mistake and be back stronger. This one really sucks to see. It was Turner's rookie debut, and already the majority of his season, if not all of his season, is ripped away from him, so I'm wishing him a speedy recovery, and hopefully we can see him have a proper comeback soon enough. Now, I figured I'd add this into the video. As you know, Moto Concepts Honda rider Vince Friese caused some carnage this weekend. Unfortunately for him, after all of his hard work and knocking guys down, his main event finish was taken away after a crash. So far, neither him or his team have given an injury update, but in an attempt to clean out Dean Wilson for a second time in the past few months, during the main event, he crashed along with Dino and walked off track right afterwards, leaving his bike and everything, so possibly not a good outcome for him. Here's that clip. Now, Dino was fine after this and went on to finish 16th after that. Friese, like I said, walked off the track kind of holding his arm. He landed really hard on his right arm, so I'm not sure if he broke it, fractured, sprained, what's going on, but he hasn't given a health status, and neither has his team. Up to this point, they will not comment on the situation. Most likely, we'll find out via a Racer X injury list by the end of the week, because that's usually the only way we can figure out anything about Friese, as he stays pretty silent and away from everyone, probably because of how mad they are at him. But anyway, yeah, that's all the updates we have from Anaheim 1. Let me know if you guys know of any more. I might have missed a couple. Some of them were under the radar, lacking footage or lacking an update, so I probably left them out. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.